Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about Binance. We are also going to be looking at a few other alternative cryptocurrencies such as Nano, because I really think that these are really going to provide us very good trading opportunities. But of course, you guys always have to remember that this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, and whatever you do, please do your own due diligence. So just to get the live stream rolling, all I want for you guys to do right now is smash the like buttons. Please drop me a comment in case you've got any other questions, because by the end of it, or when I really finish doing my thing, I'm really going to be answering a few questions. So I hope you guys are going to be very excited. So without further ado, let's get into Bitcoin, because I really believe that wherever Bitcoin goes, this is where a lot of alternative cryptocurrencies usually go. So it's very important for you to always have like a broader picture and just get to figure out exactly where Bitcoin is going to go. So obviously, you guys have been part of my YouTube channel, and last week we did talk about the possibility of Bitcoin going to as low as 4,800 US dollars, because this is the price point where the 20 EMA is apparently waiting for us. So in case we are going to have a very drastic drop in terms of Bitcoin, best believe we are going to find substantial amount of support right around the 20 EMA. So right now, I think this is a very good bullish sign, because Bitcoin is actually trading way above the 20 EMA. And this, to me, ladies and gentlemen, is very bullish. But you guys always have to always be very careful and always leave a little bit of room for error. So remember, in case Bitcoin drops down, 4,800 US dollars is going to be a very good price point. But in case Bitcoin goes up, just believe that the 6,000 area is going to provide the much needed resistance that we need, because I mean, we spent quite a lot of days right around this area. So my price targets are when we go up, 6,200 US dollars or above is going to be a very good resistance. In case we go down, 4,800 US dollars is going to be a very good base support. So hopefully you guys are going to be trading and strategizing in those particular price points. So with that said, I don't really want to dwell on Bitcoin, because this topic has been very exhausted, and you guys really want to look forward to hearing those amazing trading opportunities. So obviously last week we did talk about the fact that Nano is a very good trading opportunity right now, because obviously it hasn't really done any explosive moves, and obviously this little rise that we had right around this area from the bottom, this is merely a 45%. And right over here, by the way, if you guys are wondering what type of indicators I'm using right now, I'm basically using the EMAs. I'm also using the Slingshot by Chris Moody. If you guys are on TradingView, please check out CM/Slingshot. This is a very good indicator. This is the one which is providing me a little bit of aggressive entries versus conservative entries. So if you guys are very good at trading, you guys obviously understand the basic difference between conservative entries versus aggressive entries. And right now, as you guys can clearly see, right around this area, we had a very good conservative entry where we have this light blue candle right over here, which is basically telling us that this is a very good conservative long entry. And due to the fact that the downward momentum was actually coming to an end, as you guys can see here, the band was actually contracting, and this just basically symbolizes that the downward, or rather the downward pressure is coming to an end. As you guys can clearly see, right over here on top, we've got these red bars, or these red triangles. That just basically means that you are most likely going to experience a downward type of market, and due to the fact that the bands were actually contracting, this really means that the downward trending market is coming to an end. And right over here, we experienced a very good conservative entry, as you guys can clearly see right over here. So this was basically a very good entry as far as Nano is concerned. So I'm very happy about that. And if you guys were able to see this very good buy entry right over here, you guys would have obviously made a little bit of 45% price increase. But I really think there's very good upward momentum, because if you check out the weekly, on the weekly chart, right, we have basically we haven't really done anything from a weekly point of view. We've got a lot of room to grow. We've got a lot of highs to actually break through. As soon as we get to like break this resistance right over here, I think we're going to be able to like move to the upside very, very smoothly, because apparently we don't really have like a lot of resistance. I mean, we've just got a lot of thin air like right around this area. So best believe when we crack this resistance, and by the way, if we really get to measure the distance between this our current price point all the way to this price point right over here, well, we have a little bit of resistance. It's like literally less than 100%, so we don't really have like a lot of resistance, to be honest with you guys. So I'm very excited as far as trading Nano is concerned, and a lot of people are very excited when it comes to Nano, because number one, Nano is a very environmentally friendly type of cryptocurrency, where you don't like literally have to spend a lot of power mining Nano. And the other thing is, it is basically free. You guys don't really need to like pay a lot of expensive fees in order for you to like do your daily transactions. So this is actually one of the reasons why a lot of people usually tend to gravitate towards Nano. Moreover, it has got very impressive technology. For example, DAGs. You guys already know exactly what DAGs are. I'm not really going to go down into that explaining process, because you guys obviously did your own fundamental research. So obviously Nano is a very great force to reckon with when it comes to the next upcoming bull market. So best believe you guys are really going to end up making quite a lot of money. So right now, let me just check what you guys are saying on my live stream, because I really want to make sure that everything is working fine. So according to the amount of subscribers that I have, I only have about 5 subscribers. Big shout out to you right now. I've only got about 5 live stream watchers. I'm so very appreciative of you guys. You guys are amazing. You guys have been holding me down since the very first day. So yeah, in case you guys have got any other questions, please look at green USD. I'm definitely going to look at green a little bit later, not really right now, but I really think it has got a little bit of upside momentum right now. But you always have to let the miners do their selling first of all. So when it comes to trading green, right, you guys have to have a very good basic strategy. Buy when the miners have sold, because apparently every month there's going to be like a very drastic sell down. So you guys always have to be like very careful. Always buy when the miners have sold for the month, and sell before the miners get to sell. Yeah, so is BCH a good buy now? Well, according to the explosive movements that we had when it comes to Bitcoin Cash, right, I don't really think right now is a very good buying opportunity for you guys right now. I really think that you have to like wait for it to cool down, and just give it a little bit of time, because it had really explosive moves just a few days ago, or rather a few weeks ago. So you guys just have to be extremely careful. So anyway, I hope the sound is very good. In case everything is pretty good, smash up the likes. You guys already know what to do. But first of all, let's look at Binance Coin, because guys, just like I was telling you, you really need this very, very good trading indicator. Remember, CM slingshot on TradingView. As you guys can clearly see on Binance, I received this very conservative entry. And when it comes to aggressive entries versus conservative entries, right, whenever you receive a very good conservative entry, right, this really means that you can really go big and just go in with a lot of money, because it is less risky. And right now, if we look at Binance Coin, right, a few days ago, if you guys happen to be part of my tweet, I did post when I bought my Binance Coin, because I received this entry right over here. As you guys can clearly see, this symbol right over here is a very good conservative entry, and this was a very good day for you guys to actually get in. So I actually bought Binance Coin like right around this area. So right now, we are experiencing a little bit of upward momentum, so I am feeling pretty safe. So if anything is going to happen to the price of Bitcoin, right, Obviously, remember that time when Bitcoin was roaming around the 3,600 US dollar level, right? Bitcoin was like very stagnant for a very long period of time. Binance was doing very, very well. Like it had very good explosive moves to the upside during that trying period for Bitcoin. So I really believe that Bitcoin is actually Binance, sorry, is really going to outperform Bitcoin in the coming weeks because Binance Coin has got very, very good upward momentum. They have a lot of events, they have a lot of developments which are going to be happening. So I would really advise people to very carefully time their buy entries, and you guys always have to look out for the all-time high. This is where we had our all-time high. Let me just do this so that you guys can actually get to see it properly. So as you guys can clearly see, right around this area, this is where our all-time high is, and right now it really seems we are trying to go back to our all-time high. And obviously when this all-time high has been broken, when we break this resistance right around this area, we are obviously going to see very good all-time highs when it comes to Binance. I really think $35 Binance is not very far-fetched. So yeah, I'm really very happy. As far as a lot of propelling events are concerned, there's quite a lot of them. Right now I was just checking out the Reddit, the Binance Reddit forum, and there's like a lot of events which are going to be happening. So right now let me just show you a few of these. For example, on the 17th of April there's going to be a Paris meeting. The Binance CFO is obviously going to be holding their events and all that stuff. So there's obviously going to be a few people who are going to be buying and FOMOing in before this event. So that's a very good thing. And then allegedly on the 30th of April or even earlier, we are going to have the DEX mainnet launch. So the DEX is basically the decentralized exchange which Binance has been promising for a very long period of time. So obviously before the 30th of April 2019 or even earlier, we might be able to like receive the DEX. So this decentralized exchange is something that has been hyped, something that has been talked about for a very long period of time, right? So obviously a lot of people are really waiting for this thing to happen. So whenever they are going to be able to like implement the DEX, whenever they are going to be able to like launch this, I'm sure a lot of people are going to fall in love with Binance. And there's also going to be another coin burn which is going to occur on the 30th of June 2019. So basically their amount of total supply as far as Binance is concerned is reduced. If you guys know anything about economics, right, obviously less supply is equal to higher demand. So when there's high demand, right, obviously the price of a particular asset is obviously going to increase. So those are many of the things which are obviously going to be coming. And obviously Binance is also going to be able to like launch their Binance Launchpad, which is going to be hosting the Matic Network. So the Matic Network is going to be I think it's going to be done I think by the end of April, if I'm not mistaken. So there's going to be a new lottery format, which is going to be ensuring a little bit of fairness and transparency. So beginning on April 25th. So today is actually 15th April, right? So due to the fact that a lot of these IEOs, which is initial exchange offerings, a lot of people are really FOMOing into these because apparently they've been able to make quite a lot of people a lot of money. So obviously if you guys really want to like make a quick flip and just multiply your money like in a short period of time, right, obviously initial exchange offerings are the new hype, or rather craze, for a lot of cryptocurrency investors because it's a new money making venture which really came up, which really happened like not so long ago. So a lot of people are really looking forward to like flipping their money and just basically getting to multiply their money. So obviously Matic Network is a very good cryptocurrency platform which is going to be able to provide scalability and instant blockchain transactions. So obviously the Matic Network is something that the community has been vibing for a very long period of time because let me just show you another exciting post that I came across. If only I can see it. Somebody was really praising the Matic Network team because these guys are really coding geniuses. These guys are like legit developers who know exactly what they're doing, and they are very skilled and they are very proficient, and obviously they have got like a lot of followers as well. So obviously this thing, the Matic Network, which is going to be held on the Binance Launchpad, is going to drive more people to buy the Binance coin, which is going to increase the price of Binance. And this is where we get to come in, because we already know what's going to happen. We already know that a lot of people are going to be FOMOing in Binance due to the fact that they're going to be wanting to win the lottery when it comes to buying the Matic Network IEO. So basically this is where we are going to come in and just make a lot of profit as well. But as far as the technical indicators are concerned, you know, because it's very important to always base your trades on technicalities as opposed to fundamentals. But this time around, obviously Binance Coin is actually aligning itself properly in terms of the fundamentals as well, because the fundamentals are equally very convincing as well. So as you guys can clearly see, right, obviously we had this situation where Binance was having a little bit of a breather, right? We obviously had a little bit of a drag back right over here from its all-time high. It dropped right around 20%, 22%, which is very good, because a lot of cryptocurrencies, once they do have a little bit of a drag back, once they have a little bit of breather, especially from their all-time high, they really tend to drop more than 50%. So due to the fact that Binance is actually getting to hold its value for like merely dropping less than 20%, that really certifies its bullishness for the future, if I can put it that way. So to be honest, I'm very happy, and I'm very privileged to have had bought Binance right below, I don't know, I think it was like less than $4 when I got to buy Binance. So it's actually one of my proudest investments, because I was very skeptical when it came to Binance, because that time there was a lot of confusion as far as a lot of alternative cryptocurrencies, especially from the eastern part of the world, aka China, because these guys are very they're very amazing people, if I can put it that way, because they usually tend to produce a lot of exotic cryptocurrencies, if I can put it that way. That's only sarcasm, if you guys can get it. So yeah, according to the technicals, we had a very good conservative buy entry right around this area. So if you guys really want to buy Binance coin, right, I would obviously wait for the price to go to the 50 EMA, which is like slightly close to, I don't know, anything which is going to be about 0.00355 Satoshi, all the way to about 0.00038. Just try to get in right around this area. Anything which is going to be within this area, this threshold, I think it's really going to be a very good buying entry for you guys. If you guys are going to be able to have the opportunity to buy Binance coin, if it does drop drastically, I think this is going to be a very good buying entry as well. This is going to be like equivalent, or rather very close to the 100 EMA and the 200 EMA. So even though I'm very bullish on Binance, right, obviously a lot of things can go wrong, and this is one of the reasons why you guys have to practice being very careful when you are trading, and always try to look at the risk versus the reward. So don't go all in, just try to be very conservative, and in case the price drops down, best believe it's going to be able to find quite a lot of support, like right around the 100 EMA and right around the 200 EMS. So generally, I think it's a very good idea to always buy cryptocurrencies when they are closer to the slowest moving exponential moving averages, such as the 100 EMA and the 200 EMS. But sometimes you just don't really get that luxury to be able to buy that cheap, because sometimes the fundamentals and basically the cryptocurrencies just won't go as low as that price. So it's very important to always stick to the faster moving exponential averages, such as the 50 and the 20. And this particular situation, Binance coin dropped down to the 50 EMA as far as the daily chart is concerned. So just try to get in where you fit in. You guys already know that I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, and I'm just getting to share my own personal trades with anybody who might find this information a little bit helpful. So basically, I really get to tell people not to listen to anybody. I don't even want you guys to listen to me, because I really want you guys, to be able to like come up with your own trades. Don't listen to anybody as far as trading, because you are basically dealing with your own money. Be extremely frugal. Do not let anybody influence you. Don't even listen to me. Just get a few, trading ideas. Like, for example, today I really got to introduce you guys to a very good trading indicator, which is the CM Slingshot. This is not really sponsored. I'm not really getting money by, talking about these indicators. And I really think it's a very good trading indicator, especially due to the fact that it allows you to analyze the amount of risk that you have. Like, for example, let me even give you a little bit of a tutorial about the CM indicator. As you guys can clearly see, right, the candles are very different. Right over here we've got yellow candles. I don't really know whether you guys can see them. These yellow candles really suggest that you have a very good aggressive entry. So as far as aggressive entries and conservative entries are concerned, right, obviously, um let me just try to break it down for you guys. Okay, so basically you've got two scenarios, right? For example, this is the resistance right over here, right? And then you've got a situation where the price goes above the resistance, and then sometimes you might get a very good entry like right around this area, because you are breaking the resistance and you've got a very good high probability of the price just going parabolically high. So sometimes, like for example, right over here we had a very good aggressive entry right over here, but that really means sometimes you might buy a fake out. Sometimes the price usually just breaks the resistance and then just runs out of power and it just comes back. So as far as the conservative entry is concerned, right, this is usually a breakout followed by a bounce, usually on the resistance or rather on the support. So this is a very good conservative entry. Like for example, when you buy right around this area as opposed to right around this area, right, you've got a very good risk to reward entry right around this area. So this area right over here is a very good conservative entry as opposed to this aggressive entry, because sometimes you might just buy a fake out and then the price might just end up correcting and going down. But when the price breaks out, then comes back to the resistance slash support, right, and then it finds a little bit of support right over here, right, the probability of it going back up high is very good as well. So that's just a basic difference between aggressive entries versus conservative entries. If you guys really want to like save quite a lot of money, right, you always have to follow conservative entries, because you're going to have lesser risk. So this is one of the entries that we had right over here. Obviously these yellow candles were telling us that these are very good aggressive entries. So as you guys can clearly see, right, let's say for instance you had to like enter right over here. You could have been in profit, but you could have spent these days like right around this area suffering these losses and thinking, oh god, what have I done? Am I going to like lose a lot of money? So this is one of the reasons why buying conservative entries is a very good trading technique, because for example, I bought right around this area. Well, technically I bought right around this area because I was very confident due to the fact that there was a lot of fundamental elements as far as Binance is concerned. So buying this conservative entry right over here gives you a better chance as far as the risk to reward is concerned, as opposed to buying this aggressive candle right over here. So anyway, if you look at these daily candles, there's one right over here, 2, 3, 4, right? You had like a lot of aggressive entries right over here, but they were like far more risky as opposed to this conservative entry. So I know it's very hard to understand. I hope you guys are going to do a lot of research as far as risk versus reward is concerned when it comes to trading. So I really encourage you guys to like do your thorough research, time your entries, look for better aggressive versus conservative entries as far as trading is concerned. And when it comes to a lot of trading indicators, the CM slingshot is a very good indicator, which is going to give you like a brief overview of aggressive versus conservative entries are concerned. So the other example that I can give you, right, is when it comes to Nano. I think we talked about this a few minutes ago. Right over here, just like I was telling you, right, right around this area, we had like a lot of aggressive entries. That one. We also had these aggressive entries right over here, right? So we had a conservative entry right around this area, and then we also had a conservative entry right around this area. So only two daily candles gave us conservative entries. Like for example, it's very good for you to always enter on the second conservative entry because it just gives you lesser risk and more confidence when it comes to trading. So this is actually one of the reasons why buying this conservative entry was a better entry as opposed to buying this conservative entry right over here, because it was like only one conservative entry. But as far as the aggressive entries are concerned, you guys would have spent a lot of time waiting for the price to go parabolically high right around these areas. But when it came to this conservative area, right, you could have only waited for like one day. This is the only day where the price was like fairly below the average price of this conservative day entry right around this area. But other than that, the whole time was pretty much profit after profit after profit. And it's also very important for you guys to always look at the volume as well. So wherever volume goes, you guys already know the deal, because I've been talking about these things, and I'm a very minimalistic trader. I don't really like analysis paralysis because it's a very bad thing to do, especially when you're dealing with a lot of cryptocurrency markets out there. So just be simple, never listen to anybody, not even me. Do a lot of research, look at the risk versus the reward. So yeah, I think that's basically it. Yeah, so unfortunately I just have to go right now. You guys are asking me a lot of questions. So Flow SV exchange created by Jack C. Louis. I'm obviously going to look at that. Big shout out to you, Max Mas. I'm going to look at a lot of Bitcoin Satoshi Vision material, because in the past couple of weeks I haven't like literally done any research as far as Bitcoin Satoshi Vision is concerned, because I'm really honestly tired about the antics of Craig Wright, because Craig Wright, I think he's got very good, brilliant ideas and his mind is in the right direction, but his antics, man, his antics are just driving the whole entire cryptocurrency community crazy, because he's got just like weird ways of doing things. I really think people around him should just tell him to like chill. When it comes to business, you always have to be very, very respectful. You always have to know how to conduct yourself and just basically respect, like a lot of people. And I don't know, I just don't like Craig Wright's antics, even though he's got very good, brilliant ideas. So, what up, 10X? Kanak, yo, what's up? How you guys doing? Big shout out to you, Kanak. I really hope I'm pronouncing your name very well. So, what about Theta token? So, Theta token is actually one of those cryptocurrencies which was promoted by the Bitcoin fund manager guy. So I usually try to stay away from the things that the Bitcoin fund manager guy talks about. So I don't really want to like spread a lot of negativity. I don't really want to like cause any havoc like in the community. But the Bitcoin fund manager guy, he's one tricky guy, so I don't really have anything against him, but I just try to stay away from his recommendations, because he's got like a lot of goons. He's got like a lot of gangs who are buying up these coins, and then he might just eventually dump them. But not to ruin the whole Theta token community, I'm really sure that you guys have got very good, strong fundamentals as well. But to be honest with you guys, I haven't really done like a lot of research, but I hear quite a lot of good stuff about Theta token as well. So I'm obviously going to look into it. So yeah. kind of saying that guy is something. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you guys, when it comes to trading cryptocurrencies, right? Everybody wants to be the man. Everybody wants to receive a lot of attention. Everybody wants to be praised and all that stuff. But to be honest, when it comes to trading cryptocurrencies, I think it's all about you and the amount of profits that you are generating, because by the end of the day, trading cryptocurrencies and being a cryptocurrency YouTuber is just about basically you getting to make money and just being honest with yourself, So personally, just like I've been telling you guys, I really care about the profits. As far as I'm profitable, as far as my trading techniques are improving, I'm very excited. I'm very happy. I'm very satisfied with the community that I have and all that stuff. So in the beginning as well, I also used to be that type of person who was like, hey, let me create a trading group. Let me use money from these different other people, and let me just end up having like a lot of and let me just try to multiply the amount of money that I have. But sadly, I had to realize that it's all about being authentic. It's all about helping other people. I really don't want to make money due to somebody's ignorance. You get what I'm saying? So whatever. So this is basically just about me doing my own trades, being profitable, and just